All right, we are live. I'm just going to go ahead and tweet this out because I went live with no warning other than I put out a few tweets on Twitter telling people about it. So let's see. How do I share? Can I share from here? Ooh, I can. Well, that's exciting. Okay. Let's see. I'm live on YouTube. Let's to getting the right emoji. It's so much work. Hashtag first world problems. Hashtag first world problems before the world melted down. And I'm just like, everything is terrible. It's awful. It's the worst. Okay. It's not all the worst, of course, but it's not a nice time to be in America. Let me just say that, or at least to be where I'm at. Just as a quick little update on the whole quarantine mess, I heard somewhere that there was like some sort of like a city ordinance in my area or a countywide ordinance find and or it's something to I think it's referring to businesses. So if they find a non-essential business still open despite the stay-at-home order, then they will fine you on your first violation. I think they give you a warning. Then the second violation, it's like a $250 fine. Then it's like $500 fine, $750 and $1,000. And I'm just like, why are you punishing people for trying to make money so that they can pay their bills? This is the thing that I've always had a problem with this whole idea of a non-essential worker versus an essential worker. Like they're working because they have to. And so people aren't desperate to work because, oh my gosh, I'm just so bored sitting at home. No, they're sitting at home watching. At least if I get thrown in jail for it, I'll have a roof over my head. And I don't know. It's all very frustrating to me. So I did promise that I would answer some questions because people were putting questions in my over on Twitter because I was asking for questions. So I will see if I can answer a few of those. And then please feel free, interact in the comments because that was really fun last time. A lot of you guys took the time to interact in the comments last time. So send me questions, and I really I'm on here because I like interacting with people. So, oh, dang it. I used the wrong arrow emoji. Oh, gosh darn it. Okay, well, I might put out another tweet. So let's see. Okay. Let's see. Live now. No. Nothing is working. I'm pulling up the questions now. Thank you guys for joining. I see we have now 5 people watching. That's very exciting to me. So I'm going to be answering questions, and yes, we've got some comments coming in. So great. We're getting moving in the right direction. So let's see. Some questions from the tweet that I put out this morning. My sister asks, "Are you the real Batman?" Like probably 6 months. I've been watching this forever, it feels like. But I finally finished it, and I will be doing a review video of the Batman animated series from the 90s. And I don't know when that will go out. I haven't even shot it yet. So, but you can keep a lookout for that over on my channel, as always. So we've got a question about what is my opinion on Animal Crossing from Zinny the Pooh. My opinion on Animal Crossing is I have no opinion on it. I think it's a game on Facebook, I want to say, and comment in the comment section if I'm incorrect about this, but I've never played it. I hate Facebook games specifically. I think I may have been playing one Facebook game one time. But since then I've never liked Facebook games. They're really annoying, and especially the notification requests are the worst. Please don't ever send me those requests. I'm sure none of you are friends with me on Facebook, but I just had to put that out there. So how big to the fact that you guys may have seen, I've been doing a little promotional campaign for the Dope Cookie Dough bar in Las Vegas. They've been shut down due to the quarantine. They're actually, I know my fans in the comment section have been calling it Big Cookie Dough, but they're actually a small business run by one woman who has, several employees that I'm sure she's struggling to pay right now. Anyway, so they had this deal so that their fans can sign up, and in exchange for a very small commission on each sale, they are giving away a promo code for each person, and then of course the link that you guys have seen on the tweet. And so if you guys want to support a small business that is struggling right now during this time, or maybe not struggling necessarily, but they've taken a hit, economically, they're not able to have their physical store open. They're only able to make money through their online purchases. So please give them some support. I will include the link to them in the description, but I have a $10 off promo code for you. Promo code Kelly. Let me see if I can get that link into the description for you guys. Anyway, promo code Kelly, $10 off any sale. I think their cheapest or their least expensive box of cookie dough is something like $40. So then you get it for $30, I believe. And then their most expensive one is the $70 one. So you get that for $60. And then they also have, for those of you who are like, oh my gosh, I can't eat cookie dough. This is scandalous. You young whippersnapper putting that food and that grime into your mouth. They also now have a vegan option for those of you who wanted the vegan option. So I'm getting the bit.ly link right here, and I'm putting it in the comment section for right now. And then I will put it into the description later on. Let's see. People watching, I'm very excited about this. Any questions, please throw them over in the comment section. I'm just taking care of the ones that I got from Twitter first, because those people actually took the time to write in advance. So, what did you guys think, just real quick while I'm looking for the rest of the questions, what did you guys think of my most recent episode that came out yesterday with Ian? Did you guys enjoy that? I know I've been swearing off political content for so long, and then we just did an interview where we kind of talked politics a little bit, and then I went on his channel. I'm not sure if that episode is up, but I went on his channel. I think we recorded on Monday, so that'll be up probably within the next week. But he interviewed me, and I went off. So that'll be a very entertaining interview. I think that's the first interview that I've done outside of doing like collabs with Jacob Airy. That's the first legit interview I've done, I think now in 3 years. So I really have avoided doing interviews for quite some time. But it seems like I'm starting to get a little bit more brave, I guess. I don't know. Let's see. Somebody says, hi, do you have a boyfriend? That is none of your dang business. People need to chill on that. No, I don't discuss that kind of thing on Twitter. Even if I did, I probably still wouldn't discuss it on Twitter. But I'm chronically single, and I plan on staying that way. So thanks for asking, I guess. Let's see. Before I go to I'm trying to find the post that I put out yesterday asking for comments. He'll be doing like a monologue, and then he'll need to like fill some space, and he'll be like, That's just a little Michael Knowlesism I feel like I've picked up over the years of knowing Michael Knowles. So let's see. So yesterday I put out a post asking for people to submit questions. Let's see. So has anybody benefited from this quarantine? Have you guys had like anything positive happen for you guys during this quarantine, or how has everything been going for everybody? Okay, here's the next set of questions. Let's see. When are we getting a live stream when are we getting the Minecraft live stream with your Minecraft boyfriend? Well, Neon Taster has not set that up with me. But when he does, then we will get a live stream with a guy who actually has never played Minecraft, which I think is funny because he's such a big gamer. I've got to roll down the window a little bit in this car because I'm going to die here. All right. This is what I have to do now. I have to do my live streams in the car. It's really irritating. There we go. All right, now that the fresh air is flooding in, it's too hot in here. That's what happens when you live in California. If you come down the mountain slightly, then it's like sweltering, at least when you're sitting in the car. So what else do we got here? What else do we got? 7 people watching. This is very exciting. Let's see. Perhaps somebody wants me to talk about how the changing or the changing landscape of the small business community. That is something I talked about on Ian's podcast, so you guys will hear my thoughts on that on his show. I'll put out the link once I have it. But we talk a lot about how the economy is going to look going forward, and basically just what American life is going to look like going forward, because it's pretty clear that the nonsense that was going on 2 and 3 weeks ago of people saying, oh yeah, everything's going to be fine if we just shut down for 2 weeks, if only people would follow the rules, then we would go right back to normal. That's all nonsense. And I knew it was nonsense at the time, and it's clearly nonsense now. We are not going to be going back to normal as of April 30th or May 1st or whatever it happens to be. There's going to be significant consequences to what's going on. But I get into that in more detail on Ian's show because I could talk about it forever. I'm kind of embarrassed at how long I took to answer some of those questions. But let's see. The last question from Twitter is, what are your odds on a second round of this pandemic within 6 months? If not this specific disease that they're concerned about, I feel like this is going to be a pretty regular activity. Again, this is something that I talked about on Ian's show, but I'm basically, I guess not a doomsday prophet, but I'm somebody who really just thinks that we need to look at these things realistically and not put on the fan is to have a positive one, because sometimes from the crowd that's always calling for the positive outlook is usually saying that in such a way that they would like to ignore what's really going on. They would like to pretend like everything is okay when really the house is on fire. And I'm not saying the house is on fire necessarily. I'm just saying I want a realistic outlook on what's going on. I just don't think that the goal of having a positive outlook is the right goal. The right goal should be to have an accurate one, whether it's positive or negative. So, one more question from Twitter. Which of your cats is the biggest softie? That would be Ace. She's a big baby. She's the white one. We actually call her Bunny, not Ace. Even though technically her name is Ace, and all of like the paperwork at the vet, her name is Ace. The adoption papers don't even say their names, because sometimes when you adopt cats or any pet, they already have a name that the adoption agency gave them so that basically they can identify them. But Ace is like just this big butterball of a cat. I think she's probably 11 pounds now, and she's the baby. Everybody who sees her says, "Oh, she's so cute. Oh, she's so sweet," and everybody ignores Poppy, and I'm okay with that because Poppy is my cat. The orange one is Poppy, and she is my cat specifically. So I'm willing to share Ace and all of her cuddly fuzzles as long as Poppy can remain mine. So comments over on YouTube now that we've grafted in some more viewers. Meanwhile, Lance Vogel says, I keep saying Vogel because German and Dutch and all of that. So if I'm mispronouncing that, I'm sorry. But meanwhile, the Chicago mayor treats herself to a haircut and lectures the public about staying at home and social distancing. Yes, this is something that infuriates me, and I try not to think about it because it really frustrates me. But it's funny how, and I mentioned this on Twitter, the people who are advocating for economic shutdown or lockdown or stay-at-home orders are all the people who still have their jobs or are able to work at home or something like that. I don't see anybody who has lost their job or who has taken a significant financial hit from this. I don't see any of them saying, We need to shut this down. We need to take this disease seriously. We need to just really be more socially conscious and socially aware. And I'm not trying to mock people, but there's some sort of like moralizing when it comes to this. Like, I'm somehow better than you because I want to shut things down, and money isn't an object for me because it's not affecting my job. I can't tell from the profile picture. I think it's a guy. Referring to my cookie dough sale. Well, you don't have to eat it. You can buy it for somebody else. Just support the small business. That's what I'm telling you. And I talk about that also over on Ian's channel. And with the promo code Kelly, you get $10 off. So don't forget that. I think I had the wrong thing on my Instagram story. I think I put 10% off instead of $10 off, but it's $10, not 10%. So let's see. Somebody says they got more family time due to the quarantine. That could be considered good or bad. 100% agree, because it's nice to see your family, but then at a certain point, you want to get out and have a little break. That's just how life is. I got a notification from LinkedIn. Oh my gosh, very exciting. When do I think businesses will open back up? Here's the problem. It's not based on Trump's timing. Trump could say, okay, let's open everything back up on May 1st. Gavin Newsom is not going to open everything back up on May 1st. Gavin Newsom, I'm just speaking for myself in my own state. Gavin Newsom is going to keep this going as long as he possibly can because he loves it. This is what he lives for. This is what the Democrats wanted for so long with climate change. This is what they wanted us to do with climate change. They wanted us to shut everything down and make everybody dependent on the government to survive. And that's just where we're at right now. Am I into European politics? No. I'm also not into American politics anymore because I just can't take it anymore. The unfortunate thing, and the reason why I'm even talking about politics at all right now, is because it's having such a severe effect on me personally. You know, the fact that I'm out here in my car live streaming should tell you that my life is not normal right now. So I guess, European politics, I'm a huge history buff, so I love that. And I love the politics that, you read about in history books. But it's nice when you're reading history and you're not having to actually deal with it. So, like, I might like reading about World War II and researching things that happened in World War II, but would I have wanted to live through that? No. So, let's see what else we got over here. Yes, Lance Fogel says, buy gift cards from the dope link. Make others fat. I agree. Make everyone else fat. This is what I do. And my friends will attest to this. When I want something sweet, I will either bake it for a large group of people so that I can have one of it. Let's say it's cookies. I'll bake cookies and I'll leave them I used to do this at the Daily Wire. I would want one cookie or two cookies, and I would bake a huge batch, bring it to the office, leave it out in the kitchen. They'd be gone by 9 a.m. They were all gone by 9 o'clock. So I'm sure everybody enjoyed them. So let's see. I'm out of the race, says H. Huss. I don't care. I really don't care. I think it's interesting that Bernie decided to get out while nobody is paying attention. Nobody is paying attention to the 2020 race right now. And so, Bernie getting out, who cares? Like, he's just kind of bowing out quietly. It's not going to affect him. I think there's going to be a lot of people that don't even realize he's gone, because it's just not, like, the election is not on the forefront of anybody's mind right now. So I do want to move a little bit. It's not an actual class. It's a YouTube tutorial that goes for 33 videos, and I'm calling it a class. But anyway, so I wanted to talk a little bit more about entertainment, because that's what I'm really trying to move this channel in the direction of. So my question is, what are the best Wishbone episodes? And the reason why is because some of these kids shows, that at least that we watched when we were kids, they were like super educational. I learned more from some of these shows than I did in school. Like, I would have never known about like I learned all these stories like Pride and Prejudice or Tale of Two Cities or all these things. I learned about all these stories as a kid and got like the watered down child's version of the story. And now as an adult, I'm buying like these massive sized books and I'm reading them for myself. And it's just really fantastic that it's kind of a lifelong thing. I get to enjoy it when I'm a kid with this fun kids show. And then as an adult, the only reason again that I knew about a lot of these books and I knew that they were famous was because of Wishbone. Watched when you were young that you found were like educational, not in like what the left calls educational, but because sometimes when the left says, oh, it's educational, it means it's politically motivated. I'm not talking about that. I'm also not talking about like a boring sit down and then the snail jumped off the tree or whatever it happens to be. Those kind. I'm not talking about something that's like boring. I'm talking about a kids show that was made to entertain that actually ended up being educational as kind of a byproduct. So I guess those are the questions that I'm asking you guys. If you have any comments, please leave them below in the comment section. Let's see what else we have over here in the comments. There goes my Michael Knowles impression again. If things don't open up on May 1st, do you think the people will defy orders or still be like sheep? 100% they'll still be like sheep. I think it's kind of silly that there's a lot of people that think, oh, Americans won't stand for that if it goes any longer. Americans are standing for it now. We went for the 2 weeks that we were supposed to go, and now we're shut down even longer for another month. So it'll have been 6 weeks total. 6 weeks. Americans are still going to allow it because Americans, unfortunately, are largely complacent with what is going on. They're completely okay with this, even though they might say behind the scenes, "Oh, I'm not okay with this." Their actions say that they are, and it's just really disappointing. But H Hus asks me, "Am I into sports?" No. There's a caveat to that though. Especially when I was a teenager, I liked playing sports, but I don't like watching sports. So I find watching sports, even if it's live, really, really boring. I went to a baseball game when I was living in LA, and it was fun because I had a lot of friends there and we got a lot of food and stuff, but the game went from like, I don't know, was it 3 or 4 p.m. until 11 p.m.? It was too long. I just am not invested in it. And then, so let me think. I mean, there's just no draw for me to sports unless it's like I like playing soccer. That's like the only thing I've ever been good at because I'm short and close to the ground, and I'm not coordinated with my hands. So that rules out everything that you play with your hands. So I am good with my feet, or reasonably good with my feet. So I actually was not. I mean, I guess I shouldn't. I don't want to overestimate my own skills. I when it comes to across the board any sport that I've ever played, I've only ever had any skill in soccer, and I know many of my conservative following are probably clutching their Americans can't play soccer. Americans can do whatever the heck they want unless it's start a business. So that's where I'm at. Somebody says buongiorno. I'm trying to remember a proper follow-up to that. My Italian's really rough, you guys. I haven't looked at it in a while. How are you? It's no. Oh gosh, I can't even remember. It's come stai, I think. Is it? I don't know. It's been a while. I need to get back on that. Maybe I'll do that during quarantine too. What day is today? Oh gosh, don't even ask me. I have no idea anymore. Yesterday I woke up and I thought it was Thursday, and today I think is Wednesday. I don't even know. I was shocked to find out that today, I guess, is the 23rd. No, gosh, it's April 8th. Yeah, I don't even know anymore. I don't have any idea what is going on. So let's see. Come stai is plural, but I'm close. Okay, I thought come stai was informal because like Italian has formal and informal versions. So come stai would be informal, and then come sta would be formal. But I could be mistaken, but my last lesson, that's like the only thing I remember here. But let's see. H Has says baseball is the worst sport to watch, though. I have no idea how that became popular. Yeah, kind of the community, like rooting for their team versus the other team and that kind of thing. I guess. I mean, I'm trying to explain it to myself, and that's just kind of what I get from it. It just makes people feel good. It's less about the actual game and more about the communal feeling, because I mean, I can understand that I just was bored, because when I'm going to an event, I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to participate in the event, not necessarily. Let's see. H has says Spanish and Italian are like 80% similar, just different accents. Also, I noticed there's a lot more words ending in O in Italian, at least to my knowledge, but I have little to no knowledge of Spanish. I avoided taking Spanish in high school and I took Latin instead, which was infinitely more helpful, because Latin is the root of all the Romance languages. And also, anytime, so I took anatomy and half the words had their roots based in Latin words, like the unusual medical terms and so on and so forth. And so I was like much more easily able to learn than a lot of the other students in my class in high school, just because I already knew the roots of the words. Same with like a lot of my law classes and political science classes. Learning Latin really gives you a step up when it comes to, the education of language and all of that kind of thing. So I'm going to the fashion found in the WandaVision TV series, which I assume has been delayed. So if you guys are interested in that, that'll be coming out on Saturday. I brought my sister back, and it's kind of more of a long form one. It's about 30 minutes long. So if you want to put it on in the background or have it up on your Apple TV so you can like peek over if you want to, whatever you guys want to do. That'll be what's coming out on Saturday. And then I don't know what my next episode is for Tuesday. I waited too long to follow up with a lot of my guests, so it may just be me solo on Tuesday. But that's pretty much all I got for you guys. We've gone a lot longer than I expected to. So thank you. Thanks to everybody who's been interacting in the comment section. Also, comment below, are there any guests you guys really, really want to see? Because I do take those seriously, and I want to bring you guys the content that you enjoy. So if there are any guests you want to see, I would really like to do some sort of a gaming video with Neon Taster. We had talked about it the last time he came on my show, and things just haven't lined up for us to do that, but I just think that would be really fun. So again, comment below if there's any topics, if there's any guests you guys want to have on the show. Somebody says that they want to see Ben Shapiro on my show. He's already been on my show. You guys can see that video. It's one of the pinned videos on my channel. So if you go straight to the front page of my channel, I have it in a playlist. When I interviewed Ben Shapiro, I had quite a few guests on that episode. That's actually my second largest video I've ever done. So feel free to check that out. And I will talk to you guys on my next episode coming out on Saturday. See you later.